Hey guys, welcome back to the Simply Knives YouTube channel. Today we're going to take a look at the Kershaw Highball, which is, a nice kind of stainless steel frame lock D2 blade. It's got, some very nice accents looking on it. I really like the blue pivot collar. Doesn't have any sort of thumb stud or flipper tab. It just has kind of like a nail nick, but it works really well to kind of spidey flick it. This thing's very smooth, which is nice. Well, could be smoother, I guess. But normally I feel like you don't get Kershaws that are this smooth. So I think it's really nice. You can slow roll it. It's harder to slow roll it with your right hand because you're pushing into the lock bar. But with the left hand, it's super easy. So yeah, let's kind of get into it. Pocket clip, it's not great, but it's not really bad either. I feel like, there's not really too much sticking out. So I don't think it's too bad. It's not laying on the lock bar, which is, to me, it's like one of the most annoying things that frame locks could ever do. And they always do it, and it's so frustrating. So it's nice that it's not doing that. This knife looks really nice. I got it, of course, used off knife swap, and it had this like mark on there. The guy said it came with that mark. He tried to like flitz it off, but just ended up leaving a smudge. So other than that, it looks pretty much perfect. Has like a nice, I like the gray color here, and it's just nice and like plain, and then has that sort of like metallic. I mean, I guess it kind of looks plasticky, but that like metallic blue pivot color is just so nice to me. I love it. I also really like the look of this fuller, and it's not like chamfered there, so it really kind of grabs your finger when you're opening it up, but it's that's good in that situation. The action could be better, but for the most part, you're gonna be able to very easily spidey flick it and occasionally mess up, just like me. It's not a big blade. I think it has like a blade length of like 2 3/4 inches. But I do think that the blade just looks really nice. Mostly just because I love knives with fullers, and I feel like this is a nice, interesting take on a fuller. Ergonomics, it's got a little bit of jimping up top here. Not too aggressive. Not too grabby either, but you definitely feel it. So it would be able to help with some gripping, especially since the stainless steel, it's not the grippiest of scales on this thing. Let's see. And also just, like when you're bearing down on it, I guess the pocket clip's a little bit of a hot spot, but not really. I don't know. This is kind of like a lighter use, classier knife option by Kershaw, in my opinion. I think the overall length of this thing is like, it's less than 7 inches. I'm pretty sure it's 6.75 inches. I do not have the Rat 2 here to compare it to right now, but you know what? This is essentially on that level now, so yeah, very similar size, just a little bit smaller than the Civivi Elementum, which is a great knife, by the way. So this thing, has a relatively thin blade stock. It's got that, well, I guess it's not a swedge. It's just a fuller, but it's very thin there. It looks like, at the tip, that it's not completely evenly ground. In terms of centering, pretty good. You can see from this view especially that it's definitely uneven, like more sharpened on the left side than it is on the right. D2, it's not really my favorite of steels, just because I have like kind of sweaty hands, so it just will generally rust on me. This thing hasn't rusted on me yet, which is nice. It has I guess this would be a clip point blade coming from here, just clipped off. Pretty large clip point blade. satin finish. Yeah, it has nice action. And to me, I just think that it's, you know, a really fun, smooth option. And I think it's kind of classy by Kershaw. It's a little different, not exactly what you would normally expect. It is pretty comfortable in the hand. It's comfortable left-handed as well. And it's got a pretty nice choil there, sharpener's choil. So I would say that, you know, if you guys are pretty hip on the looks of this, like I was, that it's definitely a good purchase for your money. I think on Blade HQ, this goes for like $41. I think it's fair with, you know, the bearings on here. Really smooth action. The unique look, unique blade. It's just, you know, something different that you might not normally find. So, yeah. Definitely very unassuming. And, yeah. I guess it's kind of hard to say too much more about it. I feel like generally Kershaws are sort of that way. But yeah, if you guys like the look of this one, I think it's pretty sweet. The action, you know, could be better. Does it even, yeah, it does have a detent. But here's your look at it, boys and girls. I'm gonna do a nice two-handed opening really easily too. But yep, and there you go. It looks cool. It's a little unique. It is smooth. Hopefully yours won't have that blemish on the blade. Yep, other than that, pretty sweet. I think it's worth the money, and it's pretty sweet. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.